Welcome back. With me now to talk about the outdoor Brockville Bocce Court, I have a guest by the name of Dave Cavanagh that is with me. Dave, been a long time. How are you?
Very good. Glad to be here.
Oh, it's nice to see you.
Yep.
So what is this all about, this outdoor bocce court?
Well, let's see. What happened was the bowling alley closed about 5 or 6 years ago in Brockville.
Yes.
And Special Olympics had about 60 athletes played every Saturday morning.
Oh.
So it was a real shock to us. And what we did was we came up with a game called bocce. It's part of Special Olympics International. And so we started an indoor bocce program and an outdoor bocce program. And the indoor was at Wall Street United, and the outdoor one was at St. Mary's School.
Okay.
And as you know, the grass there is all over the place. So we wanted to really get a bocce court facility in Brockville. And very fortunately, the 100 Women Who Care Thousand Islands,
Yes.
the fall of 2021, gave us $10,700. They made it, and they do a lot for the community, 100
Yes,
women.
they do.
And
Yes.
one of the things is that they donate to causes that an organization couldn't perform unless they gave it.
Right.
So what we did, the management of the local Special Olympics decided to build a bocce court.
And where is it?
Well, it's in the greatest location in Brockville, Hardy Park. Where else
Get
could you
out.
get? No,
Really?
It's a shock, actually. I
didn't know that.
Terry Dawson, who's the coordinator, phoned me up and said, "You'd like to take on this little project?" So I said, "Yeah, sure." And what else do you do when you're at my age, right? And so I met with the town, and they were great, very supportive. And they said there was an old shuffleboard court at Hardy Park
There, yes.
many years ago, and it hasn't been used.
That's, yes, true, yes.
So they said, "How about putting it there?" And I said, "Oh, wow,
Yeah.
best location." You know, it's got the washroom facilities, it's close to busing, it's downtown, just an excellent location. So the next thing I did was I started figuring out how much it would cost to build this thing.
Right.
Well, I'm not very good at estimates.
No? Okay.
You know, we had 10,700, and I figured it was going to cost us about 15,000.
Right.
Anyway, I went out to local guys, and the estimate was 25,000.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very fortunate. You know, another great organization in Brockville is the Brockville Foundation.
Yes.
You know, they give a lot to the community, and they have a donor that said he gives to projects that improves the downtown. So having a bocce court downtown is an improvement.
Yes, it is.
So the foundation came up with 6,000. So we still had a little bit of a balancing problem.
Right.
Anyway, due to the COVID, Special Olympics hadn't run their program,
Yes.
and we had a major fundraiser in 2021. Raised a lot of funds from the community. This is a very giving community. And so we decided to use those funds, so we pitched in $9K. So the three organizations have made this, the facility
Yes.
at no cost to the city or the citizens.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's a freebie.
That's
So
nice.
so our athletes only play 1 day a week.
Oh, okay.
Tuesdays, usually between 6 and 9 or something.
In the evening?
In the evening.
Yes.
So the bocce court is sitting there empty the rest of the time.
Okay.
So the reason I'm here is I'm trying to get the community involved. You know, bocce is the third most active sport in the world. And it's something like lawn bowling. There's the balls.
Yes.
And a little guy you try to get closest to. I forget what it's called, but anyway.
Okay.
The Polina, I think it's called. Anyway, so we, I lost my train of thought, but.
So the court is down at Hardy Park.
Right.
It's accessible. It's an outdoor one. It's accessible.
Accessible to everybody.
Okay. So the balls. Where's balls?
Well, some people have their own balls.
Oh yes. Okay. If they've played it before.
But
Yes.
we got in tune with the local community library, and we donated a couple sets of balls to them.
Okay.
So if you remember the library, you can borrow the balls from there and take them down and play. So it's a non-cost. The other thing that's great about bocce is that it's a social game. You know, it's really a fun game, and nobody takes it too serious except the Italians probably in competition. So we're not too much in the competition. Anyway, my objective is to try to get more people in Brockville to play bocce. And so last May, what I did was I sent an email out to about 10 or 12 of my friends, all my age, and we started playing on a Tuesday morning.
Okay.
So this year, I think I'm going to send a note out to them again, and hopefully we'll get some. So what I really like to do is have about 30 people, 30 men, play bocce in the mornings. The best thing is bocce can be played by 2 people, 4 people, or 4 people on each team.
So, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you can have 2, 4, or 8 sort of deal. So I've learned from last year's experience that it's better just to have 2 people on the team. So there's 4 people playing.
Yes.
And 1 umpire,
Okay.
just to make it. So we have 2 courts. I don't know if you've seen, but they look over the river. And so 10 people in the morning can play for 2 hours. Everybody's participating. So if we had that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it would be ideal. The other thing, I think this game's great for women, especially the seniors downtown. You know, we've got a lot of seniors who live in executive or tall ships, and it's walking distance.
It is indeed.
So they can go over, and I'd be happy to assist them in getting going.
All righty. And how do they reach you?
They can phone me at 613-349-3961, or a great email address, It's About Time for Travel. And we developed that one when I retired, and fortunately Linda and I have traveled a lot, so it's a good email.
Good. So are there local leagues? Do you know of any local leagues in the...
No, there's no local leagues.
There's
the
not.
only other 2 places that have bocce courts.
Yes.
One is Kingston, who have a large community of Italian people.
All right.
They have their own facility. Actually, I was amazed. I went and visited them because I had to learn what bocce was all about and how to build a court.
Right.
Anyway, so we went there, and yeah, they have a very active group. Smith Falls was very fortunate. The Special Olympics organization in Smith Falls, which is a small group, somebody donated a bocce court to them. So it's on city property also, and they haven't. But what we're hoping for this summer is to have a bocce tournament with Special Olympic athletes from around the district.
Yes, yes.
Because Kingston has a group of Smith Falls, Ottawa, Pembroke. And so some Saturday morning, hopefully, we'll have a bocce tournament at the Hardy Park. It'll be like the dogs jumping into the water. You know, every weekend they have something at Hardy Park.
Something going on down there. Rules. What about rules for this?
Pretty simple.
Don't drop the ball.
Don't drop the toe. And don't hurt yourself bending over.
Yes.
No, the rules are quite simple. What happens is you toss.
Yes.
The player that gets the toss picks up the polina.
Right.
And throws it throws it down across the middle, and it lands, and then they throw the first ball, and then their opponents throw the next ball, and if it gets closer to the polina, the other person takes over. But if they don't get closer, they throw another ball. So it's a very simple game. It's the rules are. Sometimes you have to have a measuring tape because the thing gets pretty close to each other. But the rules are pretty simple. It's a low key,
impact. Yeah.
Low impact.
Yeah.
It's not like some other sports that gets played in a city where people get hurt and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the rules are simple. It's a social time, lots of laughs, and the most important thing, and I have to thank the people at the City Hall, the Parks and Rec group.
Yes.
Because they suggested Party Park, and it's just a beautiful location. You can't get a better location in Brockville for anything.
True. Yeah. You're right.
So you're overlooking the river, and every once in a while a boat goes by, and Guess they call them ships, not boats, but anyway.
Well, no, there's boats down there too, and there's sea-doos and all sorts of things that do go by. So you are quite right. So once again, then, Dave, if people are interested and they want to get some friends together and go down and play,
they can just do that, or they can phone me. And
well, that's what I was going to ask you again, is to give your telephone number, please. Just
613-342-3961.
So that people can contact you, because I'm sure once they get down there, they probably need to know how to play this.
It's just a great facility in a great location, and it's a great sport because it's low impact. And
well, you can't lose.
You can't lose.
You can't lose.
It was a win-win for everybody, especially for Special Olympics, because we got out of playing at St. Mary's School.
Yes.
And especially for the community. So once again, I'd like to thank the 100 Women Who Care, Thousand Islands, and the foundation, because we couldn't have done it without them. And also, you know, the money Special Olympics has is collected from the community. So, yeah, it's great.
Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, Doreen.
And for our viewers, if you're interested, please do contact Dave, and he'll do his best to lead you down the correct path to play bocce.